So yesterday, the pity party, which was called the Sunday shows, I found it astonishing that there was absolutely no mention of China's role in creating this pandemic. It was like the Immaculate Conception. Somehow this pandemic just descended on us. But I think it is worth saying this, Joe. This president, Donald J. Trump, built up the most beautiful and strong economy in 3.5 years. And it is simply a fact that China spawned that virus. That is a fact. China hid that virus for about 2 months. That is a fact, behind the shield of the World Health Organization. Now, here's the thing, Joe. While they did that, flights out of Wuhan couldn't go to Beijing or Shanghai, but they sure as heck could go to Milan and New York, and hundreds of thousands of Chinese super spreaders seeded the entire world with what would become a pandemic. And now, this is also a fact because, Joe, it's based on China's own customs data. Right out of their website, they went from a net exporter of PPE to a net importer. They bought over 2 billion masks, gloves, goggles, you name it, scooped it up from all over the world. What's my point here? They inflicted tremendous damage on the world, which is still ongoing. Joe, we're up to, close to $10 trillion we've had to appropriate in order to fight this battle with it. So look, a bill has to come due for China. It's not a question of punishing them. It's a question of holding China account, the Chinese Communist Party account, for what it did, not just to the American people, the American workers, American children, American senior citizens, but also to the rest of the world.
But how do we do that without hurting ourselves? And you are getting so good at this. I'm wondering, when you go back to Irvine and a student asks you a question, are you going to actually answer their question, or do you have a way of never answering?
Right, now,
you got to answer your students' question.
You know what annoys me? I woke up this morning, I put on Squawk Box, and the first person you put on is Eunice at the damn Disney World in Shanghai, and I come from Orange County, right? That's the motherland of Disneyland, and my American people can't go to Disneyland in Anaheim because the Chinese Communist Party inflicted a pandemic.
Do we do business as usual with the trade deal? Should we keep the normal business as usual relationship with China with the trade deal, or do we need to really get tough and cancel that? Don't do any of the future deals?
Yeah, if you could look down at my feet here, you'd see a lane right over to my office. And in that lane is not Bob Lighthizer or Steve Mnuchin, who are handling the trade deal, or President Trump. My job is to make sure we localize our supply chain so we have what we need to defend the people during the pandemic.
So you do what you can. All right, I get it.
I think what this president wants to do, President Donald J. Trump, is what he's wanted to do since he ran for office, which is to bring our supply chains and our production home here. Because, Joe, the only way we're going to survive and prosper, the only way we're going to have higher productivity and wages going forward is if we have a strong manufacturing base. And manufacturing, Joe, is also national security now. If anybody doesn't believe that anymore, just look at where we are with the pharmaceutical supply chain, stretched out all over the world perilously. Well, we could have made that here. So there it is.